I get up and they sleep. I start work at 3. I leave out the house by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I give them a kiss and I tell them I love them. Have a nice day.
Okay.
And do you know what that does by you telling somebody you love them?
Share it with the people that share it.
A lot of things out there, or young kids that wants to be just to hear, just say, Mom, just to hear tell each child, hug them and tell them you love them. It don't have to be about giving them things, buying them things to show them that you love them. You can show them from the heart.
Wow. That's interesting.
Oh, I agree with you. And, you know, I talk to young people all the time. And which you might agree with this, they say nobody ever tells them that they love them.
Until they die. And that's too late. That's too late. Like I tell my daughters now, I said, appreciate you got a mother and father.
Yes.
Because once they're gone, you can't bring them back and say, well, I should have did this, I should have did this. You don't want to have no regrets, okay?
Yes, sir.
When your parents tell you to do something, like they told us when little, when we was growing up, you had to do it. God, it ain't no talking back. You hear me?
Yes,
if you
sir.
mumble something, you mumbled it under your breath when you was going out of there that you didn't hit you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's right.
Nowadays, they want to talk back to you.
Well, that's because most of the parents, wouldn't you say, are afraid of some of their kids.
And they had kids at a young age, too. And then I think it starts at the household. Their parents probably didn't, you probably seen with them, their parents went through, they probably didn't really pay attention to them, or they really didn't care, didn't spend enough time with them.
Okay. Yes, sir.
When your parents tell you to do something, like they told us when little, when we was growing up, you had to do it. God, it ain't no talking back. You hear me?
Yes,
if you
sir.
mumble something, you mumbled it under your breath when you was going out of there that you didn't hit you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
That's right.
Nowadays, they want to talk back to you.
Well, that's because
Or they really didn't care, didn't spend enough time with
most of the parents, wouldn't you say, are afraid of some of their kids.
and they had kids at a young age, too. And then I think it starts at the household. Their parents probably didn't, you probably seen with them, their parents went through, they probably didn't really pay attention to them.
Do that. And they aren't parenting. They're really enabling bad behavior. I'd rather them be my friends to be a parent. What can you tell parents that really want to be their friends opposed? You really should be both, but
You're not their, or they really didn't care, didn't spend enough time with them.
okay. You know what, Mark? You have some parents out there that are not really being parents. They're trying to the best of their ability to be the kid's best friend. You know what? I'll get this for you to compromise to get you to do this, get you to do that. And they aren't parenting. They're really enabling bad behavior. I'd rather them be my friends to be a parent. What can you tell parents that really want to be their friends opposed? You really should be both, but
You're not their friend from the start. That's your mother, okay?
okay.
In the American community, they have what's called social athletic clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Your friend is one that you go to school with and you hang out with, okay? You're the mother, and you got to stay as the role's mother. Once you start playing with them, you know, and joking with them, they think it's okay, then they'll add you on and they'll take it more.
or when they get older, you start going out with them,
Right, right, and they'll go out
partying
partying
with them.
with them. Right,
Then
that's it.
they forget their role
Right.
and who you are. Would you say that?
I agree with you.
Okay.
I think that what we need to do,
Mhm.
you tell me if I'm right, we need to have males to have more involvement with males as far as sitting down talking to them. You know, I've been all over this city.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at the Italian American community, they have what's called social athletic clubs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have young people and old men
Mm-hmm.
sit in the same place. Checkers, chess, they play cards, and they talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have stuff like that in our neighborhoods. Don't you think that's kind of necessary?
I think it is.
So that they can find out that the old man is not their enemy,
I think so too.
but their friend,
That's right. And I figure they can learn something from
and give them some good advice.
him. I agree with you.
But you know, Mark, you know, times what should be the repercussions for parents that are allowing their kids to be out after the curfew? And why was there a second curfew law made?
Because the first one was unconstitutional, according.
You know what's interesting to me is get your take on this. You know what? The city has a curfew law that's in effect. And then they came up with a second curfew law. And should they, I mean, what was the purpose of them coming up with a curfew law? And you should know where your kids are.
Do some court.
And why it should be one, you trying to say?
Yeah. I know it should be one, but
number
I'm
one,
saying is, shouldn't the parents know where their kids are? I mean, it's not being enforced. Mm-hmm. What's your opinion, and what can you tell parents that are letting their kids stay out beyond the curfew law?
I think they should be punished for it. To be honest, I think they should be punished for it.
In what way?
In the hallway. Yeah.
Well, maybe the first time if I bring your son home, that's a $50. Next time be $100, then go up to $200.
Okay.
Well, let me give you an example. I had one of my 3 sons that decided he wanted to live a different lifestyle. And he had to be home at a certain time. And when he didn't come home at that time, you know what I did?
Locked them out.
I put the chain on the door, and I locked the door when he opened the door. And he said, it's me. I said, I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. You got to come back same time tomorrow night.
You know what I'd have made him do?
Before this time.
I know what I'd have made him do? I said, you sleep on this porch tonight,
he
and don't go nowhere.
That's what I let him do.
And don't go nowhere.
He slept in the hallway.
Right. You sleep in the hallway tonight, next time you'll be home in time.
Guess what?
You didn't have that problem no more, did you?
I didn't have that problem no more.
Okay, because he didn't like that.
He liked sleeping on the... in the hallway.